It's another day in paradise here on the great and beautiful internet. You know, people are singing harmoniously, the sun is shining, children are playing in the streets, people are recording themselves doing stupid shit on the internet, like wrestling a fucking microwave, as well as taking a picture of their cat while they're being attacked by said cat. While that was going on, Keemstar was cooking up a plan to lure and bait Phil with the tweets that he made. It was pretty fucking humorous to see said tweets, but at the same time, we all knew that it probably will not happen. And then, Mr. Phil Burnell came back from his day off, only to talk about mundane, boring shit.
Do you think this is a problem?
I have a little short story to tell you that I thought was quite hilarious, although I don't know realistically what really happened. Okay.
Well, we can just, translate this for you. I'm going to tell you a story about my day off. You guys better fucking laugh. If you don't laugh, I'm going to ban you.
Okay, so yesterday I had to go to the garbage dump, all right? And I do this, I would say I go maybe every few months. It's not often. But what happens is we have some trash that accumulates. I've said ever since I moved here to Washington State, this state is considered, get this, a green state.
Due to the fact that Washington has a lot of fucking forests down in Washington State. So, it being green, I wouldn't say it necessarily has to do anything with garbage, but please continue with this.
Okay, what that means is that there's a lot of stuff here that's very different from other places. For example, when I lived in Connecticut, if you have trash, you take it out to the dumpster and the garbage company will come and pick it up, once, twice a week, whatever it is, once every other week. But there's an area to put your trash. Here, they don't have that. Here, I'm not joking, they allow you to have one can of trash every 2 weeks.
I'm sorry, what? That sounds completely fucking stupid. When you lived in Connecticut, the reason why you had a dumpster area is because you lived in a condo. A condo is essentially an apartment that you owned. So no shit, they're going to have a place for you to dump your fucking trash. It's quite logical that they have those. But for a community like yours, for a housing like yours, I'm kind of calling bullshit on that because they would actually come and pick up your trash every once in a while.
If it wasn't a big deal, if it was easy to do, if they made it easy to do, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't care. The problem is the criteria are so strict that if you do it wrong, you get yelled at, you get in trouble. We have a compost bin at the end of the street, and there's been several times, and it wasn't actually me or my family, but there's been several.
Yeah, but you don't have a family, though. You just have a wife and a cat. Also, the reason why you're living with such a harsh criteria is because you live behind a gated community. So I can kind of see why you have some guidelines you have to follow. But at the same time, what's so fucking hard of taking your trash can out to the street and have the garbage man come and pick it up and then throw your trash back right onto your front lawn? I don't know. Also, like to keep in mind, if you had heavy trash, there would be days for you to actually, have that picked up. Like I said, it could be different because you have a criteria to follow, and it's so harsh. Oh no, DSP has to follow the rules. Oh, wah.
Several times since I've lived here in the 10 years I've been here, that there's been angry, messages going out. You guys put the wrong thing in the compost bin again, and yada, yada, yada. And it's so it's super strict.
Well, for the compost, it makes sense, though. For most things that have a compost, they want biodegradable shit into it. Like, example, onion peels, anything that's vegetable or fruit related, that's fine because it's biodegradable, it can be used as a fertilizer. But at the same time, though, it's really? You're having a big bitch fit about this?
But then you want everyone to do it, but then you won't make it easy, so obviously people aren't going to do it right? And then on top of that, so then, because we have the separate trash, recycling, and compost, that means that you only get one can of trash every 2 weeks.
What? That sounds completely fucking stupid. If you have a bin just for recycling, they will pick up the recycling. Trash, same thing. If you have compost, take it to the compost. That's not that hard, though, but you're making it seem like you live in a fucking harsh, dictatorial regime where you have to go follow the rules exactly to a T, otherwise they evict your ass. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna say this is major fucking bullshit.
It's just crazy.
I have to follow the rules? What?
You know what I mean? Again, where do the rules come from? Did anyone actually test them to see if they would make sense? And how many people actually abide by them?
People that live in your fucking gated community, Phil. Those are the ones that follow by these rules. people that have lived there for a long time. Then again, Phil, didn't you move over there in 2014? So you've been there for about 9 years. So what's so hard about following the rules? Come on, next year will be 10 years. How hard is it to follow the fucking rules?
All right. So I basically cleaned out the garage, went to the garbage dump. Now I've got big ass heavy bags of trash. This has cat litter and other heavy dense shit in it. Okay, so it's heavy shit.
So you're telling me that you just take Jasper's shit and piss and you just throw it into a bag and it accumulates over time for about a few months? What?
This isn't like, oh, it's a bunch of paper that's light. These are very heavy bags weighing down my car.
Also, paper can be really fucking heavy. If you have like a lot of shredded paper and you throw it away and it accumulates in time, motherfucker, that's gonna be fucking heavy. I don't know what you get with, oh, it's not like paper. It's light like paper. It's not like that at all. Really, Phil? You don't really know anything about like science when it comes to this kind of shit, do you?
So I go to the dump. Now, here's how it works. Yes, you have to pay money. It's not free. Okay, you have to pay money to go to the garbage dump.
I'm kind of calling bullshit on that because most dumps are free. Essentially, it's like, hey, you have something that you can't throw away or they can't pick it up, take it to the dump. It's not that hard, but you want to be like, oh, it costs money, by the way, so you got to tip me.
Which is, I guess, fine. So you pay and you drive in and it's this, like, how can I explain it? Like it's not a hole because it's actually like concrete, like a big, giant, rectangular concrete area in the ground.
So essentially a trench. That's all that it is. It's a big rectangular trench that you can throw trash into it, and the people that work at the dump can fucking pick it up and go decompress or decompose it somewhere else, essentially, or press it down to a cube. Something tells me you don't know jack shit how the world works.
So I go and, I go to it and I'm looking, I'm like, what's going on? The entire thing is different. Now, I haven't been there in a few months. Like I said, I probably went like beginning of this year was probably the last time that I went to the dump. So it's been a while since I've been there.
So I'm going to say this for the record. Anytime change happens and he's not aware of it, he expects people to be like, oh yeah, this happened, Phil. You need the dump has changed. They added things to it. What? I was not informed of this?
So I go in, I'm like, this looks completely different.
As time changes, a lot of things will change too. If you don't go out for like, I don't know, months upon months on end, not saying your normal stomping grounds of going to the pet store to get pussycat supplies, as well as fucking the grocery store. I'm talking about going outside of your own comfort areas. But at the same time, things do change in time. There are times where I go out into like another city and I notice that places I used to go to shut down. It's strange how time works in a magical way, and Phil doesn't get it.
All right? There's a giant yellow metal wall blocking where you throw your trash. Now, I'm 6 feet tall.
I don't believe that for a second, because you look like you're at least 5'9", 5'10", max.
And I would say this metal wall was probably up to chest level, so probably like maybe 4 to 5 feet tall.
So what's the problem? Take your trash and throw it in there.
It was literally like up to right here, okay?
Yeah, I actually did watch some of this, and I got to that part, and I kind of tuned out because the story was actually kind of fucking boring, but I didn't get a chance to listen to all of it. So yeah, he did ban people, mostly because of Keemstar. Gonna say that's the reason why he's looking kind of nervous with that.
If it's gonna be around here, think about this. Right by default, if you're short, how are you supposed to throw your trash out?
Step ladder, or you have someone tall with you to help you dump the trash into it. I'm sorry, you said it's 4 to 5 feet tall. You're expecting a fucking child to do this shit? or little people? Really? They have things that can help out with that. Step ladders are one of them. Or hell, they probably have a step somewhere that, hey, if you can't reach it, climb this step, toss your trash, boom, done. How is that hard?
Right? Now, you might...
Also, stop with the fucking head wiggle. I swear to fucking God, it looks like you have autism.
Well, it's a metal wall. Well, what is it, a gate? It is a gate, but it's padlocked shut. And you can't open it unless you find an employee who's not doing anything and explain to them, hey, I've got a ridiculous amount of trash I need to throw out, and I can't just throw it over. Can you open the gate and supervise while I do this?
No, bullshit. You can actually toss that shit over the gate. The reason why they have a lock on it is to keep it in place. Just imagine this. You go to the dump, like this dump that he's describing, and there's a metal wall with no padlock, and you try to throw trash into it, and the gate opens. Who's liable?
So I'm looking all around and I'm like, why would they have done this, right? And I'm looking all around.
Well, I'm gonna, before he continues and tells this bullshit story, they probably do it because of safety reasons. Did you not think of safety protocol, Phil? Did the helicopter company not teach you anything about safety?
And I see these new signs that have never been there before. And they say, get this, warning, danger, stand back from the drop zone. Warning, fall danger imminent.
Hey, they're trying to look out for people that are nearby it. Like I said, it's safety procedure. What, you think that, oh, they put these signs up here. What's this magical black magic bullshit?
And I'm looking, I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. I know what happened. Some fucking person came in here, clumsy as shit, and must have fallen into the fucking garbage ditch.
How the fuck do you know? How do you know this actually happened? Where did you get this information from? Did you ask around to ask why there is a gate there? No, of course not. You jump immediately into assumptions of why something is there. Same thing with just any fucking thing. You make assumptions before you actually find out what the truth is. And that is sad. But not only sad, it's pathetic. You do this all the time, Phil. Quit making assumptions about everything.
And probably got hurt. They probably went in there and fell and broke a leg because it's all trash down there. You got furniture, you got metal, you got all kinds of shit. They might have fallen in there and got stabbed.
Stabbed? Really? They got stabbed? Maybe metal, fine, I can get that for you. But at the same time, you don't throw metal in trash, like big pieces of metal. There's like a specific scrapyard for that, Phil. But, oh right, it's a green state, they don't have that.
Right? Or impaled or something. So someone
Impaled. He thinks that they got impaled like it's fucking Mortal Kombat.
was basically
I say that because of his fucking shirt.
completely not being responsible, falls in and gets hurt. Now, what are the chances they didn't sue the city, right?
Well, because this story that you're telling might not have happened, and that the city actually came by with the inspector, saw that that wasn't there, and they wanted to look out for people, so they took safety measures. I mean, come on, Phil. People aren't lazy like you.
I guarantee you, if someone fell in there, they're probably suing. Now, I've been to this dump probably 2 to 3 times a year for the past 3 years, maybe 4.
That shows how bad you are when it comes to fucking shit like this. Basic responsibilities when it comes to garbage. You just let it pile up for a long period of time, and then you look at it finally and go, nah, it's good. But then your wife was like grabbing the belt. It's like, if you don't take the fucking trash out, Philip, you're gonna get the belt again.
All right, I think I started going when Kat had actually moved in. We started cleaning the house out.
Huh, imagine that.
And that's when we started going to the dump. So probably 2018. So you're talking 4 or 5 years. Not once have I ever gotten close to falling into this thing.
Wait, I thought it was 3 to 4. Now you changed it to 4 to 5 years? What?
And I've had giant ass heavy bags of trash. Not once. And the thing is, I've been going, this must not have been a frequent thing, or else it would have happened earlier. So you have to say one person, literally one person probably, being completely unsafe, slips in, gets hurt, and now they have to change the whole process. So now, to throw your trash, you either have to go find an employee and beg them to unlock the gate for you, or you have to throw your trash over a wall that's a good 6 feet away, if not further, from the ditch.
How do you know all of this, Phil? Do you even know anything about how safety procedures work, how inspections work?
Now, again, if you're having light-ass trash bags, oh, it's just a bunch of cleaning stuff for my house, but we have, heavy-ass things that have, cat litter and other things that have accumulated. So these bags are heavy as fuck.
And also, your house probably smells like piss and shit from your cat. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like I said, this shows how fucking unsanitary and how fucking lazy you are. Why would you let shit like that accumulate? You know what you could do, Phil? Go to the litter box, get a grocery bag, scoop it out, throw it into the trash bag or trash bin. You're done. Easy as shit. But you want to be like, oh, we had to put it in a big bag that has Jasper's shit and piss only. Ack.
All right? So I'm like, how am I going to do this? So I'm thinking, well, I'm not going to go running around looking, because there's no employees, by the way. Looking around, there's no one there. There's no employees there. It's empty. So you know you have to wait around to try to find someone. They probably have skeleton crew like most places these days.
Well, then again, he's also implying that they're lazy. That's the funniest thing. He'll say that, oh, they probably had a skeleton crew, but we all really know that he wanted to say that they're lazy, and he's not.
So I'm like, well, I just got to figure out a way to kind of throw it over. So there's a stairwell made of metal leading up to one of those crane machines, and this is open and available. You can just walk up it. So like, all right. So I grab my trash bag, and I walk up the stairwell, and I have to do a sideways toss to get my bags into the ditch, or else it wouldn't go. Like, I'd have to just jump it over the wall, and it would sit there and accumulate gross. Now, the thing is, I get the feeling that's what's going to happen. You get a busy day. Do you really think people are going to give two fucking shits about throwing their stuff in the ditch? No. They're just going to say, oh, well, fuck you, and they're just going to dump it right over the wall and leave a giant pile of rotting shit there, and no one's going to care.
Like I said, he just implied that they're lazy. Also, Phil, I'm calling bullshit of you tossing heavy bags into this fucking ditch because you kept saying over and over and over, my back is hurting. My back, I gotta stand up and decompress my back. Oh, it just feels so good. Oh, my back, guys, my lower back hurts. Now my upper back hurts. Oh, where? Phil, if this shit actually happened for your back, you shouldn't be able to be doing this. You should have asked someone for help. But knowing you are a pathological liar.
So that's what's going to end up happening is this new system to protect the people who slip in is just going to make a giant, disgusting, festering mess. Well, yeah, I get what you asked for, I guess. I don't know what else to say. Like, one person, makes a mistake, has an accident, and now the whole system's going to get broken.
Phil, like I said, they have safety protocols for things, and the inspector probably came by, saw some things that needs to be improved, saw that, and asked for that to get done by the city. So, pretty basic shit. Also, a giant festering mess. You're at the fucking dump, dude.
And you could tell it was new because this wall did not look old. You could tell they probably added this wall in the last couple of weeks, and even the signs look brand new. So you could tell this is a new thing.
How do you know that it's a new thing, Phil? I really want to know how you know that it's new. It may be new to you, but not new to everybody else. But it also shows how much of a recluse you are, how you don't go out of your house unless you're doing grocery shopping.
So I guess we'll see what happens, but it was pretty frustrating because here it is. So here I am. Now, you guys know I have a bad back, right?
There we go. Talking about the bad back again. Pulling up the cup. Help me with my back, guys. I can't do shit like this all the time. My back hurts. I need money to help my back. Help the pig back fund. Good.
I don't have a good back. My back is, had back injuries over the years. I told you recently, my upper back's been killing me.
Yeah, I'm calling bullshit because if you weren't able to do anything because of your upper back, you wouldn't be able to lift your arms as well because of your shoulders. So yeah, your upper back's not fucked. Neither is your lower back because you've been doing a lot of shit with your activities as of late. And yeah, your back is fine now.
So here I am taking these giant bags of heavy trash, and instead of just being able to push them in like I used to be able to, now I got to lift, and I'm literally throwing like this. Oh!
I thought it was sideways, not forward. Doing
like giant arcing tosses of heavy ass bags into this fucking ditch, which I shouldn't be doing.
I thought it was from the side, Phil. You were tossing it like sideways tossing, not fucking over the back tossing it like it's a fucking football.
Right? It's fucking stupid.
Oh my god. What a fucking idiot.
I got it done. And luckily I didn't seem to hurt myself. My back seems alright, but I mean, that's luck. It really is.
That's not luck. It just shows that how much you're lying about everything, including your back. So, yeah, you were able to do it just fine.
I shouldn't be putting myself into a situation like that when I have an established back injury that re-injures itself every once in a while.
How does a back re-injure itself? I really want to know. I can get, if it, throbs every once in a while, but that's not a re-injury, though. A re-injury is if you're doing something and you slip and fall down the stairs and hurt your back. That's a re-injury. And why did my voice crack?
I've been having issues with my upper back. It's just bullshit. But I guess I got to deal with it now because
Well, also, yeah, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, that is bullshit, but continue.
Person slipped in and hurt themselves. And now everyone else, has to now deal with the repercussions of that.
Safety measures are bullshit. Essentially, that's what DSP is implying. I'm paraphrasing,
Now, that's modern human society is instead of actually, being reasonable, saying, okay, danger, throw out your trash at your own risk, and, warning, if you fall in, it's not our responsibility. Instead, have to build a giant fucking metal wall so no one can throw the trash out.
I thought they put signs that says warning, danger. So now they don't have the signs? It baffles me that Phil will try to tell a story about anything that's mundane and try to make it interesting. But it got to the point where even one of his fans actually was asking what the point of the story was, and Alright, who fucking told the Dents about my content? So like I said, boring stories later, he actually went on to talk about gaming news. One of them was about Tears of the Kingdom, the new Zelda game that's coming out tomorrow, or by the time this video comes up. Essentially, he went into detail about how the game has gotten critical acclaim, 10 out of 10s across the board, saying that it's a perfect sequel to Breath of the Wild. But for some reason, he kind of shows a little bit of disdain and tries to compare it to Mario Odyssey for the Breath of the Wild, which really makes me wonder if he was actually dropped on his head as a child.
Tomorrow, special day, because ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow is the release of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Or, like I said, later today.
So one of the news stories that obviously I should talk about is that this morning all the early reviews released for the game, and every major news outlet, and I'll emphasize that, every major news outlet, meaning all the big high-profile media.
Well, you're wrong about that one, because what about Kotaku? They didn't receive a copy at all.
Not individual gamers, but the big media are essentially saying it's a 10 out of 10.
Also, I'm going to disagree with you on that. I've actually seen people that cover video games. They actually do have a copy of Breath of the Wild, or not Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. They have copies of it, and they're playing it and also reviewing it as well. So, they don't have it?
It's better than the first one. It's such an amazing, robust, groundbreaking gameplay experience that never feels boring and always is refreshing and interesting. And I read some of these reviews, and I'm like, this is very reminiscent of what happened back in 2017.
How so? I really want to know. How is it the same as in 2017? Please, Phil, do go on.
In 2017, every game journalist literally got down on their knees and kissed the ass of Breath of the Wild. Like, literally right on Link's butt cheeks, they started kissing. It's disgusting, because Link he's out there fighting, all kinds of shit. Octoroks and fucking Ganon and shit. His ass is very sweaty.
I love how he just immediately goes for the butt-kissing joke, and he thought this was fucking hilarious. But I'm going to immediately shut that shit down by saying that the reason why that game was kissed butt around was because it was a highly anticipated game, just like how Tears of the Kingdom is. Anytime you see a game list, they would always have that game as the most anticipated game of whatever year. It was one of those games that was highly anticipated and acclaimed, even though it didn't even come out yet. People were expecting it to be good. They've seen trailers of hydrated Ganon. So yeah, people actually do want to see this game succeed. Just because a game gets a perfect score of a 10 out of 10 doesn't necessarily mean it's perfect. It just means that it did a lot of things right with some flaws, usually very minor ones.
But they're down and they're basically kicking his butt. They're like, what are you doing, man? What are you kissing him for?
Well, then again, it did win Game of the Year for 2017, so might happen for Nintendo to get another Game of the Year for Tears of the Kingdom. Who knows? Might not happen, but who's to say about that for sure?
And I just don't get it, because here's the thing, all right? Breath of the Wild was good, all right?
Your tier maker list says otherwise. You gave it a B and you shed on that game for pretty illegitimate reasons, while giving the only one, which was weapon degradation, which that's a shitty thing to add to the game. But you kept saying that the game was modernized. They try to modernize Zelda. Like, really?
Well, absolutely it was good. I had a lot of fun with it. I thought that it was a really awesome Zelda experience with an open world that kind of had a similar kind of concept to, say, a Dark Souls game where, hey, you see it, you can go there.
Not really. It didn't really have that Dark Souls feel. It had more of an open world feel, like, hey, the world is your oyster. Go explore it. Not, oh, hey, there's a hard boss. I'm going to die to it 1,000 times. At this point in the video, he just goes on about what he liked about Breath of the Wild, what he hated about Breath of the Wild, and he kept repeating himself, saying that it's a good game, but everyone kept fucking praising the game, giving it 10 out of 10. But then he goes on to say, this.
A game that I liked way better that year, that for some reason the game's media did not kiss its butt, was Super Mario Odyssey.
Bull fucking shit. When Super Mario Odyssey came out, that game was held to a high acclaim as well. People calling it the best Mario game of the current era, or of all time. But here's the thing with that though, Phil. What a journalist can say, it's all subjective though. It's all based on the bias of one person. Just because one person says this is the best game ever, a lot of people will not agree with that.
I thought Super Mario Odyssey was an amazing way to take Mario into the modern age. It still retained a lot of the open 3D platforming aspects of games from prior iterations, but it added in a whole new mechanic of platforming and puzzles and challenge with the hats. So I thought, if anything, you're going to tell me a game that innovates.
Huh, so maybe the hats came from Mario Odyssey. That's the reason why he uses it as a tip skull. Maybe.
Well, all Zelda Breath of the Wild did was take Zelda and bring it into a modern era of every other game being an open world game.
So it took elements from other open world games and modernized it for Zelda. Just because it tried to use other elements of one type of game, which is open world, does not necessarily mean it's like all the others. It has different varieties. It has different ways to get around. You just need to learn to research a little bit more.
Well, I felt Mario Odyssey actually innovated. In addition, Mario Odyssey ran beautifully on the Switch.
I will agree it ran beautifully on the Switch, but it innovated the Mario series? Press X to doubt.
Smooth 60 frames, gorgeous graphics, much better performing, honestly, than I felt Breath of the Wild did.
Yeah, if it ran so good and it was really good, why didn't it win Game of the Year? I'm sure it won something. I think it won for like Best Family Game, I think.
And most game journalists give like an 8.
No. Whenever that game came out, it was high regard. 10 out of 10s, 5 out of 5s. Maybe you got some 9s in there. Maybe you got 1 or 2 8s. Nothing else. It was still critically acclaimed. Where's the research for that 8 out of 10? Please tell us, what news outlet gave Mario Odyssey a fucking 8?
But Breath of the Wild's a 10.
Just because someone gave it a game an 8 doesn't mean it's necessarily a 10. Vice versa. So at this point, he's just complaining about how Breath of the Wild got 10 out of 10 in Game of the Year, while fucking Mario Odyssey got 8s, in big air quotes, 8 out of 10s, but didn't get any high acclaim, even though both scores on Metacritic show a 97 for both. So he's clearly lying out of his ass just to be like, oh, I'm taking the contrarian route because I don't care for Breath of the Wild. While he's saying that, oh, I love Breath of the Wild. You're fucking full of shit.
Fast forward to today. It's literally the same situation again, from what I'm seeing, right? It seems like these games journalists are afraid to criticize Tears of the Kingdom.
Then again, I had a thought about this when I was watching this podcast because I've actually did watch this. God of War did the same thing. Everyone put God of War 2018 to high regard, critically acclaimed. And then they did the same thing with God of War Ragnarok. Guess what happened? You kissed the game's ass and you put God of War Ragnarok at number 1. Even though Elden Ring won Game of the Year and Elden Ring was a better game. Come on, dude. You get the idea.
They're literally kissing its ass. And I'm like, here we go again. I don't even know if I could trust them.
How can you trust them? You've always said that they're not good people, that they're just doing it for a paycheck. Just like how you play video games for a quote-unquote paycheck by rattling your cup around, asking people to give you money. Oh, you want this game to continue? Give me money.
The reviews are reading the same. If you read a review of Breath of the Wild and then you read it next to the review of Tears of the Kingdom, essentially it's the same review.
How's it the same review? All I saw from the reviews are saying that it was an improvement overall to Breath of the Wild. It took the elements of Breath of the Wild, improved on certain mechanics, and became a better sequel. A lot of games with sequels tend to do that, Phil. God of War Ragnarok, as much as people love it, they improved it from the original, from its predecessor. Just like Assassin's Creed, it got a big mixed reception. But then the sequel comes out with Ezio, and it became universally acclaimed as one of the best Assassin's Creed games ever made. So, yeah, you're not doing your research very well, buddy.
Except that they're basically saying, oh, it now has crafting, and the crafting adds even more to it, and there's more ingenuity in the puzzles and whatever.
So?
But outside of that, it's like, what else? Is there anything else? And like, So, what it is they fucking kissed Breath of the Wild's ass so badly that if they take a game that's a sequel that essentially just is a straight up sequel to it, and they say it's not as good, then their previous review wouldn't even make sense.
What is your logic with this? I really want to know. Just because a game had a really good first game, but not a good sequel, they took everything they said and just shat on it. No, that doesn't make any sense, Phil. There are games all around that have sequels that don't do any better. Just because a game has a sequel does not necessarily mean that the sequel will be either good or bad. It's all in the matter of subjectivity.
So of course they're going to say it's 10 out of 10, right?
No, some reviews didn't. Funnily enough, they didn't.
They're going to ignore all the flaws. This thing's running on the Switch. Do you really believe this thing is going to run beautifully on the Switch and have no issues?
Let's look at other games that were on the Switch that actually ran beautifully. Well, you already mentioned one, Super Mario Odyssey, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, that's the second one, Xenoblade 3, even though these are titles that came out last year or before, they still ran great on the Switch. And you're like, oh, the Switch isn't very powerful enough. Okay, then, Phil, get rid of your Switch. Since clearly you don't like Nintendo anymore, why don't you toss that in the trash like you did with the Wii U?
Honestly, we're going to find out. Here's the thing, all right? I am not going to go into Zelda with preconceived notions, and I'm not going to go into Zelda with the intention of ripping it a new asshole.
You just did! You were like, I don't understand why people are giving Breath of the Wild 10 out of 10s. This game is flawed. This game really sucks. What was that then, Phil? What the fuck was that?
I think, sadly, a lot of people who do online content these days are definitely looking for that. They're looking for something to yell at. They're looking for something to complain about, to be controversial.
To be controversial? Well, coming from you, abso-fucking-lutely. But coming from someone that actually does sit down and play video games, and they actually make reviews of it, and they have like one negative take on it, as long as they have the proof to justify it, and not scream lag or fucking button inputs were dropped, then yeah, those opinions are fine. But to an extent, as for controversial, anything this day and age could be considered controversial.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to buy the game today. I'm going to install it on my Switch. Starting tomorrow, all day long, we're playing this. We're playing it on the first and second streams. I'm going to give this game a fair shake.
And then I'm going to drop it whenever I don't get enough money off of it later on down the road.
I'm going to, judge it for what it is. All right? I'm going to be honest. From what I've seen, I'm not necessarily in love with the idea that half the game is crafting.
Not half the game is crafting, Phil. The whole thing, the mechanic, it's just a mechanic in the game. Not all the game is crafting. You can make it a part of it if you use it intelligently, but that's the problem with you. As soon as they introduce something like crafting, you immediately complain about it. Then he just goes on and on and on about how crafting sucks and why they try to implement it into this game. Even though a lot of games that he has played has implemented crafting, it's not much of a new mechanic. It's been around for a good long while.
I hope it's good. I'll be honest with you guys. I hope it's good.
No, you don't. You just want to find something to complain about. Like the crafting.
It's going to feel a little weird and nostalgic. Here's why.
How's it going to be nostalgic for you? Your Zelda tier list proved that fucking thing wrong. You played 15 of the games, and you gave Ocarina of Time a C tier. Later on, you moved up to B tier because people were bitching and complaining. Oh, but Ocarina of Time 3D was an improvement. S tier. No. Just fuck no.
Breath of the Wild was the first playthrough ever, way back in 2017, so you're talking 6 years ago, when I actually became an interactive streamer.
Uh-huh. Interactive streamer, huh? Dead air, passing out on streams, yelling at your chat because they're not interacting with you or talking about the game. Trolls in the chat talking about shit that, quote-unquote, not relevant. Yeah, you totally became the interactive streamer. You totally looked at a Proton John stream and you were like, huh, that's what he does. I'm going to do the complete opposite.
That's right. That was the early 2017. Before that playthrough, I was basically someone who made content for just on-demand viewers. Even though I had a live audience of hundreds and sometimes thousands, I ignored them.
Yeah, but also you read in the chat because guess what? You banned most of them. Anytime someone made a comment, ban. Anytime they talk a shit about you, ban. Anytime they don't give you money, ban.
Now, let me ask you a question. Does that make any sense?
No, your ways of interactive streaming makes zero sense. And I don't understand how you think that is successful.
If hundreds to thousands of people are coming to your streams to tune into you every day, why would you act like they're not there?
You always do all the time. But now, since you're paranoid that Keemstar is actually talking shit about you, you have to monitor your chat. But then I saw that you added mods to your chat, and honestly, that's not going to last very long.
The answer is because I was an idiot.
Well, thank you for proving the obvious, asshole.
You know, I didn't understand the giant potential that I had to be an interactive streamer.
You have no potential to be any fucking thing. Reviewer? No. Most of your reviews were very biased, and it was all about what you had to say, and that it was going against you. Oh, this game's a fucking 7.5 out of 10. This game sucks. Food critic? Oh yeah, you just cream your fucking pants anytime you eat expensive food. And also, gameplay person or content creator? You're not good at that either. You have no passion, no drive for it. So, any, like, fucking knowledge on it to help you improve? Not gonna happen, Chief.
And then when I started doing it, and my content changed.
For the worst.
Because I was having fun, meaningful conversations.
No, you fucking weren't. You were banning people left and right and yelling at them if they didn't give you tips. Just because I'm gonna lose my house, guys. I need the legal fund. My back hurts. I need money, guys. Oh, why didn't you tip me? Ban.
Because people were actually adding in their opinions, and sometimes if I got stuck, they would help on a game or.
No. That is complete fucking bullshit. Anytime one of your members is talking with another one, not even about you or the game, you complain to your audience that you don't like it because it's not talking about you or the fucking game. They should be there for the game, not to have conversations with people that they could be considered friends. You ever think about that, Phil? You're that person that if someone else is having fun, you're the person that just stomps your fucking feet towards them and go, why are you having fun? If I can't have fun, no one can have fun. You just push one of them to the side, and then one of them punches you in the head, leaving a dent.
It made second runs of games better, or
No. The second runs were worse.
retro games better because
No. You made retro games boring.
people could add in their own, knowledge and stuff like that rather
Oh, hey, what about this game? Oh, I don't give a shit.
than just be me trying to do it cold.
You are a cold-hearted bastard, so.
My content changed
Oh, God, someone fucking gave him a $50 super chat. Why?
a lot. And I do feel like today,
And I think Phil just saw it, too.
my content today is just way more meaningful.
Fuck you. Fuck you and the word meaningful. You took that word and you made it lose its fucking meaning. Literally. Your content is not meaningful. Your content is of the lowest common denominator of work, where you just record, stop, record, stop, record, stop. Sing it with me now. Record, stop, upload, touching, money. That's all that this is. You don't give a shit about the fucking audience. You don't give a shit about the fucking games. And if it's a new release, you just want a fucking paycheck out of it. Meanwhile, you'll say the people that review games and do a good job at that, oh, they don't know what they're talking about with video games. I'm better than them. In my mind, I'm better than you. That is the worst thing you've ever said.
I really 100% feel that. All right? And
I 100% disagree.
thank you, because I really
Fuck you.
do appreciate those who come and interact with me on a daily basis. 6 years of fun, interactive
6 years of bullshit, you mean, not fun, interactive content.
streaming, as opposed to me just sitting here playing games for myself.
Phil, you don't play games for yourself anymore. You used to back in the day, but now you don't, though. Now you just want to sit down, hold a controller, play a game, bitch about it to the game, look to your left, see if anyone contributed or agrees with you, even though most of the time they don't, and then you have to lean to the left and ban people. That's how you are, Phil. Every single stream.
So it's funny because I remember distinctly while playing Breath of the Wild, having those conversations with everyone. Wow, everyone, I'm talking with you guys now. What do you want to talk about when I'm playing? And people, I remember back then people were trying to.
Your body language says fucking otherwise. Moving left and right, swaying your chair to and fro, moving your head, like swaying it around like it's a fucking cobra. Your eyes shifting all over. Your butter lips fucking trying to make a duck face. Oh, god damn it. This is just terrible content, but yet detractors like us make it better.
Oh, they were doing like 10-cent, cheers. It was 10-bit cheers.
I'm just gonna go skip ahead because you know what? This shit's boring me.
Yeah, so let's play it by ear tomorrow. Let's be fair, playing it all day, both streams. Let's see for ourselves and judge, how much of a major thing is this new crafting system? Is it really going to change the face of how the game plays? How fun is it? If every games journalist is saying
Journalist? Did you just fucking say journalist?
Of how the game plays, how fun is it? If every games journalist is
journalist? Hey, I hear you're going to be a game journalist. Certainly.
Saying 10 out of 10, yes, sadly, I hate to say it, have to kind of take it with a grain of salt. Because they did exactly the same thing with Breath of the Wild. And
yeah, just like they did with God of War and God of War Ragnarok, but yet you kissed the game's ass. No, you didn't kiss that game's ass. You pulled down Kratos' pants and sucked his Olympic dick. That's what you did. Fondled the balls, grabbed his ass, and wanted more. And you called him daddy. That's all that you did with God of War Ragnarok. And you tried to milk that fucking game for all it's worth, and nobody gave a shit. Then came your Game of the Year's award, or the best games from DSP Gaming, his shitty fucking takes on a video game, puts it above Elden Ring, and then proclaims that, oh, if you think differently, you're wrong, but yet says that's a joke. It's not a joke.
I thought that was a far from perfect game. Good game.
Good game, but I put it at a B tier.
But a far from perfect one.
He ended up concluding the whole damn thing by saying that he didn't want Tears of the Kingdom to get Game of the Year or nominated for it. Instead, he wanted something like Street Fighter 6 or Tekken 8 or Mortal Kombat 12 to win Game of the Year. Out of all honesty, that shit will never fucking happen due to the fact that it's a niche genre and nobody would put that higher than Game of the Year. Maybe best fighting game, but never Game of the Year. Much to the dissatisfaction of watching him just shit on Tears of the Kingdom, even though he didn't even play it yet, he went on to stream as usual, going on to stream Elden Ring as well as Final Fantasy V, both of them very fucking poorly. But throughout the entirety of the podcast, he kept looking at the chat, and anytime they mentioned Keemstar, they immediately banned them. I have clips, not clips, but I have like little tiny snippets of what those comments were, and they were immediately taken down. But then came the Elden Ring stream, and he had to lay the law down yet a fucking again.
We're about to begin. I'm just going to forewarn everyone, all right? You might see there's a pinned message on the stream chat, correct?
Yeah, and that pinned message was essentially him saying, I don't want drama, you guys. I'm going to Elden Ring, please post it. Thank you very fucking much. It's essentially him saying he doesn't want drama anymore, and if anyone mentions drama, doesn't mention Keemstar in the fucking pen, he just said that if you mention drama, he'll boot you out, or the mods will boot you out. So yeah, how well will this turn out?
You see that, right guys? So it's there for a reason. We're not dealing with any nonsense or drama or anything today. If people come in here and they try to derail the stream with nonsense and drama, you're going to find yourself moderated. I can't.
I love how he said moderated. It's like, Phil, you could just say you'll find yourself out of my chat or find yourself kicked. Just say that. Moderated, though? Really?
Warn you any more than having a giant message on the chat. I'm not dealing with drama. We are moving forward positively with fun gameplay and cool stuff, and that is that. I am completely done with the bullshit at this point, and I hope you people will respect that, and if not, you're in the wrong place.
But here's the thing that is wrong with this, though. Phil is clearly upset with it. He knows that Keemstar is baiting him and trolling him with trying to get interviews with his family and old friends. He knows Keemstar is doing something. But at the same time, though, he can't let that go. Instead, he's just going to, blame it all on his fucking viewers. And if they mention the drama, oh, they're gone. Even though they're just asking a simple fucking question of, what do you think of it? Oh, nope, you're mentioning drama. Nope, go to jail.
All right? So I know some people might come in and accidentally start something and then, oh shit, I didn't mean to, I didn't realize. I'll be nice.
No, you fucking won't. You'd kick them anyway.
I'm not going to be a jerk. But if
you are a jerk.
you see that people are going to try to be derailing constantly and having problems, yeah, people are going to get moderated. And that's That's just how we got to maintain so that we can have fun. You understand?
How are you going to have fun with it, though? You're going to be so distracted with the drama in your head that Keemstar is like dancing around your cerebellum. That's all that it's going to happen. Your cerebral cortex is going to be filled with news.
Understand? It's what it's all about. We're supposed to be here having fun with games, not this nonsense that people try to pull us into in life, right? So I hope you appreciate that. You understand that, where I'm coming from.
Where exactly are you coming from, Phil? Because it just sounds like I'm a little bitch, and I'm afraid of Keemstar.
Okay, and now we're gonna continue on. Fair enough?
No, you're never fair. You're unjust and very unkind.
Wow, listen to this. Ladies and gentlemen, I just received a $150 tip.
Thanks, Wales. I do apologize if you hear anything in the background. It's my AC unit. It's hot in my office, but needless to say that this motherfucker got an additional $150 from another person named Jinx, but apparently people are speculating that it's OIC, which at that point I'm inclined to believe.
Wow. That's one of the biggest contributions I've gotten in quite some time. Let's play a celebratory animation. If you can believe it, I actually have $150.
Yay, and oh my fucking god, what the hell? It's just his stupid fucking 90s close-up that's poorly fucking drawn. A fucking 5th grader could do better than that with explosions. Yeah, really fucking creative, Phil. Graphic design is clearly your fucking passion.
Tip animation. Okay?
Ha, thank you, Jinx.
But wait a minute. The Hypnotic Jinx membership trumped the animation. I have to click it again.
Yeah, fuck you, Phil.
Okay, hold on a second, because that's kind of messed up.
How's it messed up? Oh, a member? Oh, someone subscribed to me? Oh, fuck you, Hypnotic Jinx. You ruined my animation.
I clicked the animation, and the friggin' member animation kicked it out. We're going to replay that, okay?
Why? It had its chance. Let it go.
Oh, very nice.
And he looks like a fucking douchebag. A frat boy that has seen no bitches and gets no pussy. That's what he looks like right now. A wannabe fuckboy. Gout boy!
And then we've got a celebratory bubble blow as we have hit 100 likes on the stream. So we've hit our engagement goal. So
wait, why? Okay, why does he do the fucking close-up now? For bubble blowing? It makes no fucking sense. It's like, alert! Da 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 da.
Do a bubble blow for you guys, okay? There you go. Now, if we haven't hit 200 likes, I'll do another bubble blow. And if we haven't hit our members goal for today, I'll do another bubble blow for you guys. So there you go.
You already owe them a bubble blow for Final Fantasy V that you didn't stream. So do it twice, Filbert.
Excuse me.
Chill. I fucking hate you. Now the butter lips. I fucking... I can't say it without laughing. Fuck you, Chill. Wait, hold on. I'm going the fuck back. Let's just do this and... What the fuck is up with that face? He looks like the kind of person that's like, yeah, man, I just took the head off the bong. I pussied out like a bitch, but I'm fucked up.
That's why.
That's why you're a gout boy, a wannabe frat boy.
So thank you. If that's you, I appreciate that. He says the other ones say pending. Oh, if they're pending, that has nothing to do with me.
Yes, it does.
It could have to do with your bank.
Uh-huh. So blame your bank, why don't you? Which I kind of will agree, but at the same time, most people don't have problems with it. It's just you.
If you have contributions that you tried to give after the fact and they say pending, it means that because basically you did a big contribution, your bank may put them on hold, not knowing if they're legit or not, thinking there may even be fraud.
Just like your fucking content.
So if that's the case, sadly, yeah, you might have to wait for that to clear up, or you could try calling your bank or financial institution to authorize, say, hey, those are real, let them through, and then
Most of the time, the bank will call you and be like, a fraudulent charge has been detected on your card. Is this you?
a ginormous paragraph. Let me just say this. It's from Jinx. Thank you, Jinx, for another $10 tip.
Why are you giving him money? Is it because of Keemstar?
I thank you very much for that notion. All right, I'm not going to read that out, only because, we're keeping positivity going today, correct?
Why the fuck would you not read it? If a fucking person gave me a $10 super chat or a tip and it's a long paragraph, I'm reading that motherfucker. Same thing with super thanks. If they did that, I would read that shit out loud in a fucking video. I will do it in either a British accent or I could just be completely stupid with it. I would at least be appreciative of it. But Phil's like, I'm not gonna read that. It ruins my positivity. Give me more money, please.
So that's what it's all about. And I really appreciate all your support today. And, we're kind of keeping drama off the streams.
Yeah, but yet you're riled up about it, so it seems.
I really appreciate you being here and supporting the stream today. Thank you, Jinx. Another $10 tip from Jinx. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Wales.
So as I said, no drama, guys, today. I know people are trying to derail the stream. I'm just ignoring it, okay? Please,
If you're trying to ignore it, why bring it the fuck up? For someone that truly ignores it, they would just say it one time and then drop it. But you bring it up constantly. So you're letting people know that this shit's affecting you. If you really want to improve, take my advice. Don't bring it up.
Oh, stay with me here. Not being derailed by nonsense.
Oh, fuck. Is this going to be good content for once? Oh, my God. Nice. Yes! No more pig roach! Hallelujah! This is like... what a dumbass. Well, guys, better go buy me a new mic. Yeah, guys, I need a new mic now. Oh, no. What is he doing? He's going to type in how to fix it on Google.
Should we be coming back now?
Fuck.
All right, everyone, sorry about the technical difficulties. Sometimes the mic just turns off. It's really stupid when it does.
I wish it stayed off.
Nothing I can really do about it.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about... Oh, by the way, guys, even though I had this tip money, this is not very important. Give me more money so I can go buy a new mic.
Apologies for that. Obviously.
No apologies. It was actually better that way. It humors me the fact that even though Keemstar is starting a lot of shit with Phil, especially on Twitter, he always seems to find a way to make it very boring but very contradictory. Especially when he was talking about the dump story, where I don't understand why he thinks that people find this interesting when they really don't. Same thing could be going about how Breath of the Wild was not a perfect game, and Super Mario Odyssey was, even though both are held to a critical acclaim in different regards, but yet he's hating on Tears of the Kingdom without even touching it. All the while, he's still hiding behind the drama from Keemstar, while bringing up said fact that he has dealing with drama and he doesn't want to talk about it while he's mentioning that shit on his streams. Phil, you are considered to be a locale for the reason like this alone. Every time you make content like this, it truly baffles me that people could still give you money and support you, even though you just lie through the teeth constantly and making up bullshit along the way, even though it's going to bite you in the ass one day. Keep in mind, Phil, Keemstar will get into you one of these days. I think he just needs to get enough chocolate to persuade your fat ass.